Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising, welcome to your August 2024 predictions. What does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Thought loop, figure eight, infinity loop. Okay, Gemini, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and always in the comments below, please let me know if any of it resonates for you. Gemini, you're starting off August in this thought loop. It's coming through almost as an infinity loop. You're almost in this kind of like, I don't want to call it a cycle because it's not, but there is a loop happening in your life and it's kind of going back and forth, back and forth. And the message really here for you, Gemini, is recognizing that you have the power to slow down the thought loop. You have the power to slow down the energy. You have the power also, Gemini, to balance it out. And so for those of you listening that this resonates with, if you are feeling imbalanced in some area of your life, or perhaps you're going back and forth in some area of your life in August 2024, recognize that finding the balance is going to be the most harmonious thing for you at this time. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Progressive action, power, empowered. Gemini, once again, it's tying back to this first message. Really, the guides are reminding you here that you have the ability to really stand in your power and take aligned action. Now they're saying progressive action as well. So this could be something for you, Gemini, that you've never actually done before, progressing your soul, right? Progressive action. So perhaps for those of you that this resonates with, I recommend, and what may resonate most is doing something new, right? Making a new choice, getting yourself out of this thought loop, this infinity pattern, and releasing yourself from this current moment in your life. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know August 2024, please? Setting an example, leading by example, leadership qualities. Okay, Gemini, this message feels much different than the first and doesn't feel necessarily connected, although it may for some of you if it resonates. I see some of you stepping into a leadership role. This could be within your career, maybe within your community. It could even be that you are expanding your network on social media in some way, and people are really looking at you now as the leader in whatever it is you're experiencing. And remember, as always, we are all on our own unique journey. We all have our own specific story to tell. And typically it's those challenges that we've overcome that allow us to become a leader, to step into that space and really help others because of our story. So if this resonates for you, Gemini, I'm sending you all the best energy that you really stand in your authenticity and use your voice, that Mercury Gemini energy, to really articulate your story in a way that may help others step out of their story or their challenges and really transcend into a new frequency. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Gemini, I'm getting a lot of sunshine, kind of bright colors in the crown chakra coming into the third eye here. It may be, and it really resonates that, or may resonate for you, that some of you are connecting to your spiritual power more so in the month of August. Perhaps your intuition is really turned on in the month of August, or perhaps you're finally listening to it, right? The intuition is meant to guide us. It is your soul, your higher self speaking to you. And when you are connected with God, source, universe, creator through your crown chakra, you are ultimately able to be led into your life in a very flow state, not using too much of that brain power and overthinking, overanalyzing, but really just allowing your life to flow. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Be careful not to misstep came through really quickly, Gemini, and then I saw a vision of somebody almost like tripping over a step. And so we could take this quite literally. Careful how you're walking in the month of August 2024. And if we took it more from an energetic perspective, what resonates for me, and it may resonate for you as well, is recognizing that going into new frequencies often requires us to become more aware, right? As our awareness expands, as our awareness and the truth grows within us, we quite honestly climb to the next frequency. We shift up into the next frequency. And with that may come some misstep, right? Some accidents, some mistakes. The message being that it's normal to be learning and kind of falter on the way, right? You're learning how to be in a new frequency, Gemini. So don't be too harsh on yourself in August, specifically if this resonates for you. Let me know in the comments below. But don't be too harsh on yourself, because with any growth comes this kind of back and forth understanding of how it feels to be in a new frequency. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Oh wow, we're coming back to this first message around the thought loop, and it was a long message just now. It said they said they're feeling the weight of their shoulder, the weight of the world releasing off of their shoulders because they're finally releasing something. And I'm kind of going like this because I can feel it kind of moving off the shoulders here, Gemini. They're finally releasing something. It's kind of that last like little bit, and they're no longer paying any attention. Somebody else also got a message similar to this, Gemini. For yours, it feels like quite a relief. Perhaps you're no longer giving energy or attention to someone in your life. It feels like another person's energy. It doesn't necessarily feel so much like your own thought loop. The other option here, specifically as it relates to people, Gemini, is that you're no longer expecting something out of somebody. And what you're realizing is when you release expectations that you put on others, you can almost view them from a very neutral position, and it helps you shift your perspective around this person in August 2024. Thank you. What else does Gemini need to know for August 2024, please? Gemini, I'm seeing a placid lake. I'm seeing very strong stillness. This feels like a separate message for some of you, and perhaps you have been internally focused and rather consistent toward your healing or spiritual journey, and you've been practicing your meditation, you've been practicing sitting in the stillness and calming your mind. Now this is something that might be a little tricky for Gemini, specifically because Gemini is very curious and loves variety, and so there's a lot of mental chatter for many Gemini likely listening, but I'm feeling this very strong stillness. It's a sense of serenity, it's a sense of peace. It feels almost like, and this is going to sound a little bit silly, Gemini, but it feels almost like a paperweight. Like this really just like, it's meant to just be there, be still, and be held in place. And it's a powerful energy, and it is a magnetic energy. So for those of you that this resonates with, for specifically if you've been working on your spirituality, your truth seeking, your healing journey, this is a powerful place for you to be, and I'm proud of you, and I would recommend that you continue to honor the stillness within you, because as you find calmness and stillness within you, you will experience that in your outer reality. Thank you. Any final words for Gemini for August of 2024, please? Fly me to the moon. Okay, Gemini. I have whole chills. My whole body is chills. That was really beautiful. If that song is specifically resonating for you, please let me know in the comments below if it has some specific meaning for you. It was quite literally what I saw, and what I felt was kind of like a rocket ship taking off, like you were headed to the moon, and it felt expansive, it felt light, and it felt happy. Kind of going back to this weight releasing off your shoulders for some of you, which may quite literally make you feel lighter in your energetic body, almost like less stomping around and more like gracefully walking or even floating energy. It's almost like you're just expanding in some way. For others of you, there is and this may be for a very small amount of you listening, you may start to receive communications from ETs, outside sources. Perhaps you're connecting with your own guides, which would make sense if you're on a spiritual journey. And the connection is starting to build. You've really started the communication. Remember, Gemini, it's up to you to start the conversation, right? And so building that connection and that communication channel with your guides will be very beneficial for you in August. Thank you. Gemini, what a powerful message for August 2024. As always, please let me know in the comments below if any of it resonates, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way YouTube tells you every time I'm live, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and when I post new content.